Hi everyone, it's Corey here from Corey's Collectibles, and today I have a bit of a nostalgic feeling video. So, as you all may know, when you enter a hobby like this, it's usually for a reason. You either loved dolls or bears from a young age, or there was a loss somewhere in your life, or you just really love art. For me, it's probably a combination of all of those things. I love artist bears, I love reborns, and I love dolls in general. So I guess this is going to be a walk down memory lane for me, and a chance for you guys to get to know the reasons behind my collection and things that make not things, but like specific dolls and bears that I remember from my childhood, whose memories I bring with me every day. I think a little while ago, of course a little while ago, I know, when I was about 9 years old, my parents moved. We lived in Florida, but we moved from one city to the other. It wasn't a big move, but it was a move enough where my parents made me consolidate a lot of my dolls and stuffed animals. Unfortunately, some stuffed animals and dolls didn't make the cut, and a lot of them were ones that I found very special or very important, but choosing was really difficult for me. And kind of my mom started to choose for me, and when I looked at them all, looked them over, I noticed some of the ones that really held a special place in my heart were missing. I'm a particularly shy person, so I didn't really express those feelings to her afterwards, and I kind of kept it to myself pretty much forever. I'm very quiet, very quiet, emotional person, and I'm a listener. I don't really come to people with my problems a lot of the time. So instead of being upset, I just waited and tried to think of new ways to recuperate these pieces that I felt were missing from my childhood. Because when people ask me, why do you collect so many bears, or why don't you donate your stuffed animals, I always have the same answer. My stuffed animals, whom I still have a lot of the stuffed animals from my childhood that I gave down to my daughter, those stuffed animals to me are my photo book. I look at them, I remember when I got them and who gave them to me and how special they were for me. I loved my stuffed animals more than anything, and I loved my dolls too. But let's be real, I kept a lot of my stuffed animals over my dolls because that's just the way I was as a child. I'd rather pretend that my stuffed animals were babies than actual dolls were babies. But I still really loved my dolls. They just took a back seat to my stuffed animals. And here we go. I've got a quick story. When I was in second grade, I guess the teacher would pick a child who was being really good that week, or several children who deserved to get something out of the treasure box for their excellent behavior. I remember going into the treasure box. There was a lot of slinkies and trinkets and everything, but there was also a little beaver. It was a little Russ beaver, and I picked him. I loved him, and I took him home with me. Years later, after I graduated high school, I went to school for second grade, 2001, 2002, and this was like 2014. I broke up with my boyfriend that I had since high school, and I left a lot of my stuffed animals in his house. We were living together at the time. And as I moved stuff out, his sister took some of my stuffed animals and I assumed gave them to her daughter. And I really quickly noticed who was missing, and one of them was my beaver. I was hurt and was a little sad because I kind of explained to them that those were my memories. But instead of texting her or getting upset that some other child was going to enjoy my little stuffed beaver, I found him on eBay and I bought a replacement. Now, he's never going to be the one that I got from that treasure box, but I did buy a replacement, and here he is with a tag, which my first one did not have. Which brings me to my next point. If you look, my little Baylor here, or we can call her Bailey, she is sitting next to my childhood stuffed dog, who I thought I named Curly. He has a very curly looking fur. It was much curlier when I got him. And his ears are now detached from his head. Like, they flop out. They used to be attached to his head. He used to wear a lot of sunglasses. I've had him since I was 5 years old. And I thought I named him Curly. His head kind of slumps to the side. His little tongue is red. His nose is losing that velvety shine. But I've had him for a long time and he means a lot to me. Now my daughter really, really loves him. He's one of the ones that I've protected a lot though, so he kind of sits up in my closet. But I got to thinking, she loves him. So maybe I should get her one too. And I went on eBay and I looked at his tag and I was able to find him. So here we are, we're opening another one. And this one is brand new with the tag. So here we go. I haven't seen him yet. Seems to be packaged very well. Oh my goodness. And he's just how I remember him. Look at the shine on this guy. Do you see? He's been kept so safe. Oh my God, and he's so absolutely soft. Wow, just absolutely wow. His little eyes. Oh my God. It's like jumping back in time, guys. He's so velvety. I cannot believe it. They're definitely different. Mine with years of love. He's brand new. Someone had kept him safe, probably a bear collector. Kept him safe all this time. Wow. He does have a tag on him. And just as I remember, his ears are attached so he can wear little glasses. I want to cry, honestly. He does have little swirls in his fur, you see? I love this dog so much. Just absolutely the sweetest little thing ever. Look at that little red tongue. I could cry. I hope I find another. Oh my. Look at him. Oh, even his tag is clean. This person really cherished this little dog. He's so fluffy, like mine is. Just look at him. Not even the same. The nose is darker. Look at that, years of love. And this is years of care. He's fresh. I love that. That is so cool. Unbelievable. All right. But now there's one more. Now that my daughter is probably going to be enjoying my little puppy, I'll be keeping one of them safe. I don't know which one yet. Don't know if it's going to be the new one or the one that I loved for so many years. But now I'm going to unpackage another little, let's call it another little piece of my heart here. When I was a little girl, I was about 2 years old. And you guys are going to be like, you don't remember this. I have a crazy good memory. It's ridiculously good memory. So good that if I smell the formula my mom used to feed me, it makes me hungry. It's very strange, but like I have a very strong memory. I remember a lot of things and I remember a lot of details, but usually the details are surrounded by either a article of clothing, the smell of a lipstick, or a stuffed animal. Like pretty much it's an object that reminds me of things, not pictures. I can't see the memories from the pictures, even though I'm looking at the memory. Like when I see an article of clothing, say it's something I wore a day after my wedding, I remember that. A pair of shoes that I wore for my first day of school, I remember those things. I remember outfits, and I remember the smell of certain lipsticks and makeups, and even the smell of candy can bring me back to a moment instantly. And that's how it is with my stuffed animals. They're kind of like my bridge to the past. So here we have another little memory of mine. And I guess I'll unbox it before I tell the story. Oh my goodness. Here she is. I could cry. When I was a little girl, I was sitting in the cart at Winn-Dixie with my mom, and I had this little angel. Now, I'm pretty sure I remember getting the angel from that shop, but if I didn't, I remember this very clearly. I had just gotten her. My mom is doing the groceries, and I'm sitting in the cart, and she's pushing the cart, and I'm playing with my little angel, and she's passing the meat over me to put it in the cart, and she gets a stain on the back of her dress and on her little bloomers. And my mom said, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?" She's like, "Do you still want that one?" I remember that clearly. "Do you still want that one? We can get another one." I said, "No, I want this one, Mommy. We can clean her. No one else is gonna love her with the stain." And lo and behold, she's one of the ones that my mom got rid of when we moved. And that really hurt my heart. So I've been looking for years to replace her, and she's here. And I'm so happy. I guess I said all of this to say that we all have our reasons, and we all have, love for these hobbies, but how deep does it go? For me, it goes this deep. It goes from these tiny moments in childhood where I remember clearly the way he was made. That his ears were sewn together so I can put glasses on him. And funnily enough, I didn't name him Curly. That was his name all along. These are the moments that I realize, even though we grow up, we never stop being who we are. A piece of us will always be yesterday's. A piece of us will always remember our childhood, at least little snippets of it, and take those things with us forever. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope to be back on soon. Bye-bye.